VTUK. That really did actually make me laugh. The London guitar guy, for fuck's sake, dropped me tea, made me jump. it was you, mate, that made me hit the intro button. I was like, oh shit, yeah. Good evening, folks. How are we all? We all well? We all good? We all happy and smiley?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're nearly halfway through the week.
What's not to love about Tuesday?
Everything.
Tuesday's a bit just non-eventful, isn't it? It's just
It's
one of
the
those.
most non-existent day ever.
It's shit.
It's not quite the start of the week. It's not halfway through, but it's nowhere near the end.
No. I've already actually said the words, I fucking hate Tuesdays today at work. You know what I had to do? I had to count out 974 rusty tent pegs. And they were really rusty. And it was like clouding up the dust of the rust in my face while I was counting them out. Then the cunt that wanted them at work to go on this fucking festival came, oh, I didn't tell you, I bought these new ones.
Did you find
So
the
you've been
trombone
playing
last year?
rusty nails all day?
Yeah. No, I'm all right.
Oh dear.
Good lad.
Yeah, I think
Things I do.
the closer it gets to Christmas, the more just meh. I kind
And
of
the more
feel.
time seems to disappear past.
You what?
The more time seems to just disappear the closer you get to Christmas.
This year is a joke. It's just fucking gone.
And you can fuck off weights with your good luck this week.
You can
I have
fuck off.
no
Sick
idea
of
what
seeing
you're
it.
talking about.
What's he
Sick
done?
of seeing him winning stuff.
What did you win?
I won a Nintendo Switch.
No, not just
No
the Nintendo
way.
Switch.
Oh, the OLED.
OLED model.
Oh,
For
what?
for a grand total of £14.
Fuck off. Oh, did you get the, did you win that? Hatters? No
Yep.
way. Nice, mate. Well done.
One ticket. Boom.
Wow.
That's Crimbo sorted for the little one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what my kid wants as well.
There are words for you.
The ending off. No, cunt.
I never win out. I never win anything.
Uh-uh.
I'm the
I
most-
did. I did a raffle. I got in that group. Told you I did that raffle. And first time I went in there and I bought about 9 quid of the tickets and won it.
What'd you win?
And there was 90 quid spent on tickets, bear in mind. And it was a box of basically disposables.
AKA Expo free shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And an Anakin pod kit. And in fact, the only decent thing, there was 200ml bottles of liquid, which actually are quite nice. So that's worth the ticket price, I guess. And the Nevox pod system, which I'm very impressed with. Flavor's fucking bright, really good on it.
Was it a blind box or did you mean to bid on it?
It was a mystery box.
Ah, right.
When they said it was a mystery box, I knew what I was getting, mate. You only sell a mystery box when you've got a box of shit that nobody else wants to buy.
Yeah, because nobody's going to enter if it wasn't a mystery.
No, exactly.
This dodgy chat you were in where you won this stuff, was it hosted by a particular fella from Huddersfield?
Where he's from? It's called Matt.
Oh, it weren't Simon then.
No,
No,
not Waits.
not me either. I did join. I joined that group and got very annoyed with it very quickly and went bye bye.
Yeah, it's a massive money grab. They were selling 230 quid of the tickets to win a second-hand Hog DNA. That's
Don't forget the second-hand Valkyrie as well.
150 quid more. Oh, yeah, with an Asgard on it.
Valhalla, sorry, wasn't it?
That was it. I thought it was an Asgard.
Was this out in the open?
Yeah.
So people knew what they were bidding for?
Yeah.
Funny enough, that one wasn't taken off.
No.
People like gambling. That's the problem. People get addicted to that shit, and they'll be entering all sorts of stuff all over.
I've left it now.
When you do things like spend 14 quid and win a Switch, it kind of gives you
Mate,
the.
that's the other side of the coin, isn't it? That's cracking. That.
There we go. Question over at Twitch. Lads, where would I find a glass for a Hedron Pro 4? Is that device? Searched all over. No one has a replacement.
A Hadron.
Yeah.
Well, it'll have a tank on it. What is it?
It's the Ragnar that it comes with.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
I was going to say, do you mean the Ragnar? Because the Hedron Pro is a mod. It doesn't have glass.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, does it mean? It says it's the big. Well, it's the big one.
That is the Ragnar.
Yeah.
Or the Titan.
Yeah. Fast Tech will have them. We're
That's
over it.
right. Would Lado not have them from the Expo? Mod King vapes.
Illogic.
A lot of Steam Crave.
Illogic, fella. You can buy them from Steam Crave actually, and the prices are usually quite good. To be fair, and the shipping's not horrendous.
Mr. Wiltsey, good evening. Good to see you, mate. Not seen you for a while. Ragnar, that's the one, yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got him.
Might be worth checking out East of One as well.
Yeah. Plenty of people will have that, I would imagine.
Awesome. Well, let's get formalities out the way. What you vaping on?
I've got fuck all tonight.
No, I don't believe it.
I'm not even joking. I've got 6. 7.
It's just spat everywhere.
I've got fuck all tonight. Well, I've got 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's that's fuck
In
all.
regular person terms, that's actually quite a lot.
Yeah.
It is, to be fair.
All right, so just to like throw it into the mix, shall I go first? Because that's weird as fuck.
Yeah,
Go
Do
on.
that on
That's great.
Saturday as well.
No.
No.
I've got the Husar BXR with the Hakuzita in it. In that, I've got Serendipity, Sweet Nirvana.
You've changed, Pugs.
I know, right? There's going to be a theme here as well because I've just been sat here putting all my new shit on. I got a stubby. We've got the new panel from Obey Robot today. I've got the snail in there, and in that I've got my typical Billy box with some new panels that I got from Obey Robot today.
Just had to dash up the stairs because the cows were about to pounce on my feet.
All right. Okay. I'm live, by the way. Thanks for that.
She took with that. She needs a mean shit.
The cat just attacked her on the stairs.
Excellent.
So I got new billet box stuff from Obey Robot today. In that, I've got the, I think I've still got the Mullen Bridge in there, which is what I've got with it. Yes. In that, I've got Solstice New Moon. Random normal mod in the middle of it all. The Wismic thing with the QP Vitality 25. In that, I've actually got Biscay, but I've not got the bottle in here. And I've got another stubby with the Ether in it. And in that, it's got my Impeachment. And then lastly, I've got the Aspire NX100 26650 mod with the GT4. Still crying on top of a £15 mod. I don't care. And in that, I've always got Graham's. Actually, no, fuck him. He's been a dick today.
Yeah, vote for Graham.
I haven't got Graham in there. That's all. That's it. I'll pass that over to you, Matt.
Right, what have I got this evening? I have got.
Mark, not Matt.
Oh, Mark.
Mark.
No, Mark. Mark, you do it. It's quicker.
You know mine's going to be quick and easy.
Just like you.
That's what she said, yeah. Pioneer on the Machina.
Really? That's really embarrassing.
Oh dear.
I'm just lying.
And in that,
Go on.
What?
jogging on impeachment.
Furniture polish.
Furniture polish.
Yeah. It's good
You
for
know
the
nothing,
coffee table,
mate.
that one.
I like it.
Classless.
It is good. It is nice.
Do you know when I right, when I smelt it, and it was like, ooh, peachy. I vaped it, and the peach wasn't prominent until I exhaled, and it was like, ooh. It was I expected the peach to be the strong hit, but it's not. For me, it's the mellow exhale with the peach.
What about?
Huh?
What about mine?
Yeah,
You're
No,
not.
peach is light.
but you don't get it on the inhale, just the
No.
exhale.
You get the lemonade on the inhale,
Yeah.
and you get the peach, and then the mint right on the end.
You see, I don't get the mint,
Oh, do you not? That's what most people.
but I vape the shit out of really strong mints. So
God, not mint.
yeah, I liked it. I didn't know what to think, to be honest. I didn't know what to think before it came. I tried it, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Take it.
And in my other hand, I've got the soy, and I've literally just put a fresh wick in, and I've been told I've got to try the white rabbit.
Oh,
Maybe I should have opened the bottle.
Did you know it's a fucking dodgy thing, that, ain't it? Doing a white rabbit live. You've never done it before. It can go either way.
I very like it, but I very can't fucking taste it anymore.
Yeah, I still taste it all the time. So, fuck you, basically.
Yeah, well, yeah, right, you suck a dick.
What's going on with my
I
camera?
see what you're saying. I can see how you wouldn't be able to taste it.
It's
after
so
a
creamy,
while.
it goes quickly.
But for a white chocolate, it tastes naughty.
It's very naughty.
It does taste naughty.
Yeah.
I've not tasted that in a while, that.
It's nice seeing had it for a bit, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Might
nice.
as well have just called it DAP.
Just rename it everything you're not supposed to have.
Yeah, the good stuff.
The good stuff. I like that.
Like it.
Like it. Again, it's not a kick in the bollocks.
No. Mixer though, innit? You know, it's different than commercial.
Yeah.
Clean though. I mean, you won't be cleaning your coils anytime soon.
I'm getting almost... Is there ethyl maltol in there?
No.
No.
There's literally only 4 flavours in there, and none of them are white chocolate.
Well, I'm getting
Creed. Annoyingly, Creed got it straight away.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to sit and think. And I'd
He's
never
the
do
only
it-
one though, but he does that. He's really fucking annoying with that.
And I'd never do it live, even if I did.
Yeah, we had Waft down when he stayed at my house last year. Was it this year? This year. And he's got one called Custom Malone, which is a much more complex recipe than that one. It's gorgeous custard. It's pretty light. It's not strong at all, but it's a really nice flavour. And he was sat on here, and Creed just picked it out. Whole recipe. He was gutted. He's like, fucking hell. Can't believe that.
There's one that's definite in there, and I don't know whether it's heavy on there or light. I can't tell. And when I say ethyl maltol, you'll probably get which flavour I mean from the ethyl maltol.
It's not got any marshmallow in it.
Is it not?
Nope. It's not. It's 4 flavours that you probably wouldn't. They're all quite new.
Anyway, this is boring for people watching. And that's me. I'm surrounded by shit that I just ain't using. Should I pretend I'm vaping on something? What else have I got?
Bugs does, she might as well.
What's that? The Anna Quadro.
Ooh.
No idea. Anna Quadro something.
Mood.
Might be. Yeah, DNA 75. Yeah. With a... Is that a small one or the big one? It's not the...
Venner.
The Haku... It is the Venner, isn't it? It's the title one. Yeah.
Seeing as you're not using that mood, I'll talk to you later about that mood.
It's dog shit, mate.
Why?
I hate the battery cap.
Is that it?
Yeah, just getting batteries in and out.
Let's
Bugs.
talk about it.
Is
Yeah.
it
Bugs
a
are shit.
thumb
I can't
screw?
even open that now.
I don't like thumb screws anyway. I really
Fucking-
don't.
That's why in a quadro usually give you a little nubbin.
Oh, that's like That's like the same one as what's on the EYN.
Yeah, fine. I can deal with that kind of shit.
My God, what kind of a fucking screwdriver do you need for that?
Oh, they're brilliant. You can just put
Fucking
the
elbow.
fleshy bit of your thumb in those and just.
You put the end of your foreskin in it.
Yeah, you literally
No, don't do that. It's
Shaft
not
it.
comfortable.
shaft it and twist it off there.
Like a bumhole.
A wrinkled cat's ass.
It's a very strange bummer.
I'll bit around a bit.
Oh dear. Paul.
Huh? Oh, me? Right, okay. I'll show you that one. It's in my hand. Game over with a... that's got a Jenner on it.
Yeah, I like about that. I like how you can see the squonky mechanism bottle toppy thing, which is the technical term for what that is.
Well, unfortunately, it's not because it is literally just...
Oh. Yeah, but it looks nice that you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's also...
It's a good
super
system,
comfy.
to be fair.
Like R2D2's cock.
Yeah.
You see the way you hold it, your little finger just rests right in the groove that's in there.
Yeah.
It's,
So the bottle doesn't fall out
oh no,
like it just did.
I took it out.
It was so easy though. It was literally.
You're a vagina.
Because of that system.
Right.
You're a non-squonking heathen vagina, right?
I do
Doesn't fall
squat
out.
actually. I've had one. Oh, it's there. I've got the VTM box with the thing in it. Oh, there's the other one. What do you want now?
Mr. Mackenzie, good evening, sir. Hope you're well.
That's got solstice new moon in that. Needs filling actually. Danny Micro, Imperia. That's got Sweet Nirvana by Serendipity in it. It may or may not be salt. Not sure. Can't remember. Danny Mini Squape Arise 22. That's got Shithouse's Impeachment in it. I'm going to show you that. I got a lightsaber.
How is that?
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I mean,
Is that the big one or the little one?
That's the bigger one, but even the big one's not really huge. Next to an 18650, it's not massive. But I got it just for MTL, so I'm trying out the stock coil tank that comes with it. It's not horrendous. It's reasonable, but I wasn't ever going to really use the tank, so yeah, for what it is, decent. It's only 2,000 mAh thereabouts, so MTL would be good. USB-C charges nice and fast. Funky little thing, just chuck in your pocket and fuck off. Midas, Patibulum, and that's got some stuff Nevins made up. It's called Smoky Butter. It's like a tobacco and peanut butter, which is actually all right because there's no sweeteners in it whatsoever. So I've had the same wick in there for over a week.
Do me a favour, Paul. Hold up the previous mod.
Or the Sabre.
Yeah. That is gagging for a leather sleeve, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just where the wood is.
Well, they you could leather sleeve it, but they're also making Juma sleeves and resin sleeves. There's all sorts of shit coming. But you're right. I actually thought about it because it's on a metal tube.
Yeah, it'd be easy enough to do.
You could, in theory, if you really wanted to, crack the wood off that.
Oh no, I
just
meant
wrap
like
it.
a. Oh, okay.
You could make your own. I get what you're saying. You could make a leather tube for it, like the.
I was
the
just
Danny's
going
have.
down Alex's idea.
Cats. What's Alex said? Oh, show the wood. Show me
Show you what.
Show us your wood.
this or my wood. What do you want? Yeah, you're right. A leather sleeve for that would be nice, but it'd probably cost more than the fucking mod.
I don't know. There's not a lot of leather there.
Well, if you fancy doing it, I'll send
Oh,
you mine.
no,
You can model it.
if you really want to, Mark, I mean, we're not going to stop you.
Well, if you want to send me one for trial, that's fine.
Us. She's so selfish.
Oh, is that right, Mr. ODB?
He is like a walking advert this evening.
Little bit of an advert.
I didn't wear the pink hat today.
I'm going to tell you, I got Biscay in that. Like, And even though it's a stock coil tank, it actually comes through right. The flavour's pretty good. I mean, you still have that over-sweetened taste, but that's a stock coil thing, I guess. That's it. I've got other shit that I'm not really vaping, so I won't show it.
Now I look like ODB threw up on me. It's like the peak. Look at that peak. That's a peak.
Oh, I nearly peeked at your unicorn. That was so horny.
Sexy fucking cat.
For a 5-year-old girl, yeah.
Hey, easy.
Absolutely, Fred. Don't worry. Matthew.
Right, we got a Caliburn. Just because. And in that is...
Is there someone on this show representing Calibers?
Yeah, me today.
I've never heard one.
Got caramel salts in it, which was really nice. We've got the Odin 200 with a Blotto Max. And in there is Biscay. Still enjoying that all the time.
It's lovely.
French mod with the dope. And in there is Solstice Equinox. Really
Oh, for
enjoying that
fuck's
one.
sake.
What else we got?
What?
Uh,
Have you got a
sorry,
popular order in?
Yeah, Mike's just said that he's got a leather sleeve from Obey. They must have come on just after I put my order on.
Yeah, and we got the C4 with the AMBB inside. And in there is Golden Sunset from Serendipity.
It's beautiful.
And then we also have the Axis by
So
Infinite
nice.
Mods with the Kennedy 28.
So, did you get that from Expo?
Yeah.
The mod, yeah.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah. And in that is Golden Sunset as well. Because I'm really enjoying Golden Sunset.
It's gorgeous. It's
It is
beautiful.
bloody lovely.
It's one of the, not just the nicest apple, but it's the nicest pastry I've ever had an apple pie ever.
Yeah, it's not, doesn't taste fake like a lot of them do.
It's not like Play-Doh-y. It's just
No.
really crisp, sweet pastry. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's
I know what you
that's
mean when
me.
you say Play-Doh-y as well.
Yeah.
It's
A lot of them do.
Lindsay's got a thing for what's that place?
eating Play-Doh.
Eating Play-Doh, yeah. What's that place that sells all those candles that you go to? TK Maxx, is it? Or is it? So there's a TK Maxx locally, and if you go to the homeware sections, they have like 1 million candles, like 40 quid blocks of wax that smell. And then you'll go, oh, smell that. And I tell you what, it's like developing e-liquid. The smells in there that are like, oh, I know that concentrate. I know it's a smell, not a taste.
Yeah.
But honestly, you like diacetyl, acetylpyrazine, and you could just smell all the nasty stuff in the smell. In my head,
Get
anyway.
used to it. You learn them as you go on.
There you go. Jay just says all donut flavours have a hint of Play-Doh, and they do. They
All
have.
donut do.
Some do.
There is some that don't.
There's,
Yeah, right.
um,
Crispy donut by Flavour Art doesn't taste Play-Doh-y. Doesn't really taste like much actually, but it doesn't taste like.
Graham's one's not Play-Doh-y either. But that's more raspberry than donut.
It was great.
Graham's doesn't take Play-Doh-y at all.
No.
But that is more raspberry. Right? It's raspberry.
You're not talking about Graham. You've forgotten already.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Fuck him. He
It's been quite funny. It's been good banter today. If no one knows what that's all about, by the way, the E-Cyclic Awards are now the nominations are live, not the the final polls, and there's one for best YouTube show. So Graham's been touting the show that he's on, which is Benny's, and on Saturday I was drunk, so obviously I was like, "Don't vote for Benny, vote for us." So now it's like a war.
That you've thrown everybody else into.
Yeah, apparently so. We've not spammed at all.
Have you?
You fucking have.
I haven't,
I bet
mate.
you do. I bet you do on Saturday. I bet you're all over it.
Mate, usually for the E-Cyclic Awards back in the day when I was actually in it, I was a spam master every day, all day.
I've made comment about these kinds of awards before, and I found myself in trouble for making comments.
Yeah, well, this isn't a war, though, is it? It's just for if you saw Benny's show, by the way, last night. He stepped up a level by saying, right, don't vape for vaping community e-liquid mixing calculator, don't vape for vaping community forum, and don't vape for Simon's show. Fuck off, Pugs.
He could have summarised that much better by saying Pugs is a proper cunt.
I think it came across as that anyway without him actually
I
saying
think that's what he was saying in a polite manner.
Yeah.
You see, these awards irritate me because I've been on the other side where for retail we were nominated for awards. And then what happens is you get an email inviting you to the awards ceremony.
Oh, that's Vapor Round, isn't it? That's what they do.
You get invited to spend £1,000 on a table to be at the...
Yeah.
And you're not told categorically, and I'm sure that person is no longer with Vapor. Are Vapor Round still going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
I better not say it then because I don't want to get into trouble.
Trouble?
Yeah. The more you advertise, the better your odds are.
That's strange that. I've made that kind of comment before and I got told off for it.
You make a comment and get told off for it.
I merely mentioned that it was fucking rigged and that various winning positions should have gone somewhere else. That's all I said. As simple as that.
Oh, I know where you're going with this now.
Going nowhere. I just made an observation.
Yeah, to me, as soon as we got that email inviting us to buy a table, it was like, it's a fucking shame.
Well, Phil and Chrissy from Black Rose Elixir in May, they went through that with Vapor Round because they were nominated and they were sold the idea, very much so. And they came out of that Vapor Round Awards fuming because they knew exactly they'd been fucking conned.
All you've got to do is look through the adverts and then look to see who wins.
Yeah, but then they brought a bottle out with them because obviously when the person wins, I think everyone gets a bottle of it, try or a sample or whatever, and they brought it to the pub with us after, and it was fucking foul.
Like chicken.
But it was just, yeah, actually, but like off chicken. They've been in the fridge for 6 months. It was fucking gross, and
not like 50 quid chicken.
But it was obviously, there's no way they would have won it on that liquid. That was bought, 100% bought.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't agree with. It's a lot like the Brit Awards and stuff like. No, because the Brit Awards isn't that chosen by the people.
People.
I mean, the Easter Click Awards are obviously voted by the people, but the thing is, if you're nominated, you can literally get anybody you know with the internet to vote for you, whether they vape or not.
So it's a popularity contest.
It's a popularity contest.
Which at the end of the day, most award ceremonies are.
Shut up, Paul, before you say it. Were you going to say something like, so why did you win some?
I just wanted. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Hey, you absolute tosser.
Even subtly, it wasn't even going to be aimed at you. It was going to be another, thought.
Yeah. You keep that thought.
Brain fart. No. Right, so I think it was last Friday, I was sat in a Zoom, Friday night Zoom, and for some reason I went looking for, it was the brewery we were talking about, weren't we? And I went hunting back through my photos on Google Photos, see if I could find photos of the brewery setup. And there were so many photos that popped up from back then that kind of had a special place, real special place, that it was like, I remember that.
Have a nostalgic moment.
Yeah. Is there anything about your vaping career from start to now that there's anything that particularly you hold close?
Yeah.
Lost Cosmonaut. Someone's going to have a headache in the morning.
The problem is, I shouldn't be doing this on Tuesday nights. And last time I
No.
got roped into it, I said I'm not going to drink beer, and I drank gin instead, which I found a really fucking good idea.
But no, is there anything that you hold really close?
Key moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, for quite a few. Not so much these days because I don't do what I used to do. Doing what I used to do, I had a few. One of them was when I was, as far as I knew, not known at all. I was just on the forums and that was it. And my mate messaged me and said, "Congratulations on the vaping with Vic thing." And what the fuck are you talking about? And he sent me a link, and Vic literally he did a special on me. He did a 20-minute show about me and my reviews because he was such a big fan of him. And that was cool because, as far as I knew, nobody fucking knew me. And then after that came Brian Herb, Vaping Chronicles. And he also was a fan of my stuff, and then I became friends with him. And he was talking about me on the vape team. So those are, they're pretty. When you don't think that you're not that well known for doing what you do, and then people appreciate what you do,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. And then obviously the awards.
To get that recognition.
Yeah. And then I came second and third in a few Acyclic awards. I mean, I'm not going to beat Mooch, but still, it was good. Good times.
So it was the people.
Basically, it was my narcissistic side being stroked.
It was the fact that he heard good things on the internet and sat having a wank whilst listening to.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's nice to be liked for what you do. When you don't do it for that, and then people start liking it, it's a nice feeling. And before you know it, loads of people like them, and you're getting 8,000 views on a review. So it's a good thing. It's a nice feeling.
How about you, Matt? Is there anything particular?
I suppose back in the day when I got my first item from GearBest for a written review, that was a moment where I thought, fucking hell, I'm getting free share from companies. I'm a reviewer now.
That was my first thought, and that's not even a joke because that's exactly what I thought.
And then I realised that pretty much any Tom, Dick, or Harry could get something from GearBest for free to review.
They used to send me loads.
But mainly throughout it all, it's been people. The people you get to know through it.
The first expo.
Cracking.
The first expo that we all went together was definitely a big moment. Because that was just so cool to meet everyone. And I didn't have that.
Last month was my first expo.
Well, the first expo that you went, it was fucking ace. It was such a good weekend. And the last one was a really good weekend, and the next one will be as well. I think this new thing that we've got now, I think the first time I went to Expo, I didn't know anybody in the industry. So I literally went on my own and spent the day there on my own. The difference between that and what we do now, when there's 30 or 40 of you, and you only get to see them 3 or 4 times a year, twice a year. Good. Best thing is the community.
You see, I go back and I remember the first Vape Expo. And it was literally, I won't say a handful because it was at Birmingham, but it was literally a handful of vendors, maybe 20, 30 vendors, and there was a stage still, and there was a lot of people coming in from the States, and I don't think many came from China in the very, very first year. But I remember walking out, and it was one of the years when we first started the business. And I wasn't really involved in community that much. For me, and I'm going to be honest with you, starting up the business was a quick buck at the time. We just found out Lindsay was pregnant, and I didn't want Lindsay to go back to work. So the plan was I'd set it up, she'd run it from home, post stuff out, jobs are good. So I'd not really got involved in the community side of things. Saw that this Vapor Expo thing was coming. I was like, I've got to go to that. I've got to go check that out. So go see if we can get some deals with vendors and do this, that, and the other. Got there and walked out of there thinking, you know what? There's more to this. And I think if it wasn't for the community, then I'd have probably given up a long time ago.
It's always been there. The first community I was a part of was ELR.
Yeah.
And I was well involved with that. I was on there all day, every day. And got to that's where I met Wafdan and Grubby, the guy that would do the forum and the mixing calculator with. And more than that. There's a lot of us that met back then. But that was a great community until, we weren't particularly well liked by the locals.
Alex, if it wasn't for the community, I'd be smoking, I reckon. Yeah. I don't know if I would. Yeah. My mum has been a smoker all her life. And I've bought her stuff, I've bought her devices, I've bought her, you name it, I've tried it with her. And it's never happened. Makes me cough or, I don't like it. Straight back on the fags. But my brother went round with his girlfriend 2 or 3 weeks ago, round to their house. And his girlfriend accidentally left a disposable round there. So mum being mum.
Likes it.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but my mum's now a two disposable a day girl.
Fucking
2
hell.
a day.
Two a
Fucking
day.
hell.
Jesus.
Yeah, but you know what? The nicotine's not the bad bit, so fair play.
Yeah.
She needs a pod system like real fast. That's what, £4 each, £8 a day.
I don't. But the thing is, she was spending 15 quid a day on fags, so it's cheaper for her.
Yeah.
I think she's buying them. She's buying these pod systems in bulk. I think she buys 20 at a time, I think, and gets them. I think they work out like 3-4 quid each on the off bars if she buys 20.
I do hope she's disposing of them properly.
Oh, probably not.
Oh, yeah.
My mum's a hoarder, so she'll have them in a cupboard somewhere.
Probably just collecting them all in a box.
She will. Without
Sat on a radiator recharging the fuckers.
Yeah. No.
Occasionally tries to turn the TV over with one.
You are.
That's what my mum. Anything next to my mum, she'd pick it up and try and turn the TV over with it. Always. That's my phone, mum. Put it down.
No, my mother's no good with technology. Don't get me wrong. She's got a laptop.
Christ. My mum couldn't.
And she can't turn it on, but she's got one.
She couldn't use the remote very well.
But all she used it for up until recently was Farmtown.
Is that the same as Farmville?
I guess so.
Farm what?
Farmtown.
You never do Farmville?
Oh, not Animal Farm.
No.
No, it's not. It's definitely not what that is, Paul.
My mum's no good with technology at all.
But my mum actually, she smoked all her life, and my dad smoked. All my family were fucking smokers. So much so that they had to decorate every year because just fucking went yellow. Grim. That's the 70s and 80s for you. And she just went. I tried her with everything, and she just went cold turkey and just stopped. And she had about 8 years of not smoking, but then she got lung cancer.
Yeah, it's similar with my mum. She tried a totally wicked stick thing, cigarette, but with rechangeable cartridges.
Yeah.
And she used that for about a week, and then she went, nah, and just stopped.
Just stopped.
And then 7-8 years later, got lung cancer.
Yeah. Damage is already done.
But saying that, they reckon she'd had cancer for potentially 20 years.
Right.
And it had only just reared its head.
Right.
So yeah, she just stopped, and she'd smoked 20 to 40 a day for...
Oh, but for the 8 years, the 8 years after between her giving up and dying, she wasn't wheezing and rattling all the time and coughing all the time. So it was definitely still an improvement because she used to rattle like fuck. And she was only on mild cigarettes.
I was it? My mum used to smoke Raffles 100s.
Embassy Blue, Embassy Light Blue. My mum used to smoke.
God, blimey, think
She used to
about
say it was her only joy in life. Leave me alone. Cheers, Mum. So how was your joy in life? Am I not
She
joyful?
clearly knew you. She clearly
Yeah.
understood what you were all about.
You've ruined my life. Leave the cigarettes where they are. Accurate.
Well, that lowered the tone a little, didn't it?
Jay's
Yes,
rate
very-
review says Diacetol is lovely. You fucking bang on there, mate. It really is.
Despite what the popcorn lung brigade say.
Okay. Have you seen the knobheads? All you have to do is go on Nevins' TikTok videos and just read the comments. You're like, oh my God.
They are just... You look at some of the Americans and the Karens that go out there, and they're just on another level. They've got no idea.
There's a high concentration of cockwombles on there.
Just spouting propaganda.
Yeah.
I'd be more concerned about the shite they put in the fucking mouths food-wise over there. Never mind fucking what you're
Well,
vaping, you silly
exactly.
bastards.
Well, it's in most foods. It's in a lot of foods, Diacetol, anyway.
Yeah, popcorn.
Butter flavoured popcorn.
Yeah.
Popcorn lung. What is that to go with your peanut testicles? What the fuck's wrong with you? Shut the fuck up.
They also, every other comment is my uncle's best friend got popcorn lung from them, from vaping that. All right, so they're the first person in the world to get popcorn lung from vaping. How much money you could make from that story?
The easiest fucking answer in the world is the cigarettes have more of that fucking horrible shit in
They don't
it
care. They don't
than
care.
anything else.
Yeah.
They've just heard popcorn lung. Their friend has had an illegal disposable that's full of fucking
THC,
acetone, THC,
whatever the fuck it was.
vitamin A bollocks, whatever it was, and it's nearly killed him. Well, what do you expect?
You don't hear the same complaints when someone's had a bad trip on an acid or something and that's nearly killed them. Well, they shouldn't have been doing it, should they? The THC is probably a similar thing.
I've had some bad trips and nearly killed somebody else, but that's different.
Yeah, but if you took ecstasy, coke, whatever it might be, and you got ill, you're not blaming the drug you took. So if you're taking an illegal fucking vape, should that not be?
You're not going to send the police
I
around
don't
to
know.
steal it,
There's many a time with a bag come down, and the next morning you go, dodgy pill last night.
Beer was my medicine for.
You don't jump on the internet and say I had a fucking bad pill last night, mate. That's not how it works.
This dealer that lives here, don't get him there. I had a bad come down.
Dodgy gear, this guy. He sells you some proper nasty cheap pills. It's a Lego. Not even a fucking pill, it's a Lego. What a cunt. You don't do it.
You take it. That was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. What a knobhead.
Never.
Yeah, I've actually never had that thought. I should have done that. Shit. I'm glad I did that. That was a great night.
I'm having that thought right now about drinking on Tuesday night, but I know I'm still going to be sat here in 3 hours' time.
Yeah, I know, because again, I'm just thinking, how the fuck did that beer go so quickly?
Speed drinking.
That's
know what
another
it
one.
was?
Sport.
You know what you do? You buy shit beer. You don't drink it then.
No,
I can't do it.
What ever possessed you to buy that?
Honestly, I can't drink that. It's horrible. Although, I say it's horrible. If I was at a festival and that's always being served, I'd fucking love it.
You pay.
The problem is,
£9
I'm pretty
a
sure
can
that's
for it.
Actually, I remember people at Expo drinking that shit.
If that was, that is what was served, isn't it?
the semi-proper beer was fucking warm, and I was not drinking
It was
warm beer.
fucking hanging. It was.
It can't be that bad. I drank quite a lot of it.
So
You
you
were
drink,
drinking warm beer. Warm
You lower your standards when you're in a position like that.
I did lower my standards to the one ale that they had.
In my own defence, I only drank about 8 gallons of it, so I didn't exactly take the piss.
I'll be honest with you. If it was warm or nothing, I'd drink nothing. I cannot drink warm beer.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't warm. It just wasn't as cold as it could be.
It was fucking warm. I
To
even
be honest,
complained to the bitch. I even said,
after
is
the
that shit
third
cold
one-
yet?
After the third one, you didn't even notice.
I don't know. I had 3 in fucking 20 minutes of being there. I noticed. I was like, right, that's fucking hot. I'm not drinking it. No. Sorry, no. And then drank about 24 pints of that Carling shit. And bought 50
That's
quid
just
chicken.
Carling's just a headache in a glass for me.
Does me as well. It's like drinking 9 pints of 10%.
Chemicals.
Okay. No. I'll drink some nice beer, and then when I run out of that, I'll open some gin and just not wake up tomorrow. Be fine.
What at all?
I'll wake up. Don't get lucky. My kids will wake me up at 4 in the morning anyway, jumping up and down on my face, saying, "Dad, it's time to wake up." Is it? Do you think? Really? Yeah. They just take the piss, kids, don't they? I mean, I've got a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old up and down on my face, knowing I cannot throw them out a window. They know at that age already. You can't do anything. Like, but I should.
You see,
Look at that.
Darcy's 7, and do you know if it's the weekend or something? She'll tiptoe into our bedroom. She'll grab an iPad off the side, and she'll take herself back to bed, and she'll sit and watch YouTube on her iPad.
I'm just gonna stop you because I feel like I've been insulted. Lives are great for disguising mild alcoholism. Alex, there's fuck all mild about this. This is swallow blow. This is not a fucking joke.
Is that not supposed to be livers?
Who said that? Where? Oh, is it Alex? Fucking
Yeah, Alex.
Do
Party
you know what else?
Drink on a Tuesday night.
Do you know what else is good for disguising mild alcoholism? Birthday parties.
15 a week.
Fuck you, Alex.
Yeah,
He's right.
pretty bad. I do drink far too.
Do you know what Alex needs to do right now is actually get himself solidly booked in for Saturday night at Expo in May and say to the wench, "Oi, woman, no, I'm going. Fuck you."
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the problem is, and I'm going to defend Alex in a mild way. He likes his missus.
I like mine.
Yours goes with you. Yours goes with you.
Hang on, I've just got to let this
Yeah, it's not
rotate a little bit for a minute.
No comprehendo. No.
No, I don't understand that.
I'm not in the same fucking boat. I despise mine. But,
You're going to see a fucking shoe.
She's not here. She's all gone to bed by now. It's fucking game over.
You see, Lindsay.
Oh, I can't compute that.
What?
Liking your missus.
You must have done at some point. So it's all right playing the fucking Billy Big Bollocks.
He did like her at some point. You must have done.
Probably vinegar stroke time, but that's about it. But
It was a long fucking time ago.
Yeah. I mean, we get that. But you did like them at some point, and then you sign on for these little people, and you've got to hang around. I don't want to disappoint the little people.
You see, for me, it's not like, it's more of a tolerance.
Yeah, that's the way.
You're very close to your wife. You're like within 5 feet.
I'm not. She's gone now, but I'd
Oh,
say
right, okay. That's why he's...
The thing is, even if she was there, she would have just said, "Yeah, fuck you." It would have been as simple as that.
Speaking of the Expo in May, we did touch on this on Saturday, actually, on the Saturday show. There was a Just Giving page to get Birdie over from May. You heard about it?
When did we touch on that?
We mentioned it on Saturday.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, we did. I
must have been having an extended piss.
It might have been in the after show, actually. No, I don't think it was. It might have been before. Whatever. Anyway, we did mention it, and we said, does Birdie actually know about that? Because, you don't, because it was Dino that did it. He put the Just Giving page out. And I was like, unless Birdman's never mentioned that to me, and if he doesn't know about it, he might see that as a bit of an insult. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, I spoke to Birdie last night, and he probably was a bit put out at first, but now he's just decided to roll with it, and he's up for it.
So can we set one up for me?
I think it's a fucking great idea, and it's not your standard kind of fundraiser, but I think we should definitely push for that to happen. He wants to come in May. It's obviously very expensive for him to come, and there's a lot of people that want him to come. So, and he said he would come if he could afford it, but he can't. So there's a fundraiser to try and get him over. He's staying with me.
I'm happy for that, but I must just also add it's very expensive for me because I drink a fucking lot.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier for you to do it.
I don't know about that. I don't like
It's
spending.
coming from Australia. I'm putting up my house for a week for him. He's staying here. So I've got another Australian staying on my couch for a week.
So he's already committed to it.
He's up for it. He's rolling with it.
This might sound like a really daft question, but how the fuck's he getting back?
Oh, no, that's not important. That's not a problem.
You can sort that out himself.
When 7 days goes, I'm kicking him out the door. Go on.
Drive him to Heathrow and say he's an illegal immigrant. They'll fly him back.
Yeah,
That's it. It'll be free. Or he might go via Rwanda.
I think we'll fire the link up on Saturday, and because I know there's a lot of people that watch our show that would love to see Birdie over in May.
I mean, what? I don't know. I mean, I'm probably naive. What's the flight?
Problem is, it's fucking expensive. So
what is
whether
it?
we can swing it,
Are we talking $1,000? More?
I think you're probably doubling that.
We don't want to fly business class here. It can book your luggage compartment.
It's probably, I would probably say it's probably a couple. I would have thought.
I mean, $2 just a flight.
His shit over here, his stuff over here is sorted out. Tickets. He's staying with me for a week. He'll be fed. That's absolutely fine. And I'll be taking him. So all that's dealt with. He's have to pay for his hotel, obviously.
Fuck off. Let him sleep with you and Joe.
Fuck off.
Well, you wouldn't remember that. Well,
I don't trust myself in a room with Birdie. I'll fuck him.
I don't know. Is he a big guy? Small guy?
I think he's quite big, but it's not big. Oh, rains.
When
Pugs passes out and wakes up the next morning and goes, Joe, why are you walking like that?
She's got bird rash on the inside of her legs. No reason, love.
Mike says $2,500 return flight from Australia.
I'm looking here. One way, you're talking between 12 and 1,500.
Jesus. Well, if he sets off now walking, he'll make it.
It's expensive. It's very expensive. You know, and he's not Wafdam. Wafdam's wadded.
So, if we walk from Australia...
I'd be here by May. Piss it. If he can walk on water.
Maybe he's a good swimmer.
It'd fucking have to be.
Doubt it with that beard. Like
Hang on, it took British Indian adventurer Aaron Singh Bogal 5 years to walk from the UK to Australia.
Useless cunt. What are you doing? Stopping off for breaks everywhere.
He drowned several times.
That would have pissed up the pub crawl. Fuck off. 5 years, lazy bastard.
If anyone else get really bad sneezes from salt?
Yeah.
I try not to. Don't exhale through your nose. You'll be all right.
Yeah, but it comes out my nose anyway. I like this little Nevox thing.
You've definitely changed. You've gone from whatever you used to vape, the big boy stuff, to the Borrow, to the pods. Next is disposables.
I don't mind this. Do you know the weird thing is, when I was at the height of my reviewing, I was probably turning down 10 or 15 of these a week of pod systems because these, to me, were the way I feel about disposables today. Then, now, because of disposables, I actually don't mind these so much. But then again, I've not once have I ever bought another pod for any pod system I've ever owned.
No, because they're expensive.
Probably won't for this.
It's expensive.
All loads for these.
No, no, I'm not buying anymore. The thing that I've got that I've not got is
Not one of those.
it's better. The Caliburn,
Those don't exist. They definitely don't exist.
They're not real, but they're better. They are fucking better.
Ah, good.
The flavour's good, the draw's better, and I've had Caliburns. I've still got one sat around here somewhere. The flavour's mutant.
Have you charged these yet? I've not charged these yet.
Oh, fuck me, mate. I put 10 mil through this the first day I opened it.
I've still not charged these. I did a bad choice of flavours though. But
no, the draw's just...
actually, this one is empty. Nearly.
The draw's just fantastic. For a smoker to pick something like that up is a proper transition.
Yeah, but we don't know if they've been made yet, so we can't talk about them.
They don't exist.
I do like the fact that they definitely do not have those cigarette feeling tips that come with them. Don't come
I
with
do like the non-existent cigarette tips. Apart from the fact when you put 10 mil through it and you take it out and you can like wring it out like a towel and the
And
juice just fucking
Is
drips
it? It's
everywhere.
basically a sponge.
Yeah, it's a sponge. It's a sponge. But you know, for a smoker, pick something like that up.
That's what it's aimed for. It's not aimed for us.
Does that not would that not filter your flavour though?
No, no, it's even worse because you've got juice in the fucking thing. So you're basically
Oh,
sucking a bit of juice
yeah,
in
the
while
actual
you're
flavour.
vaping.
Yeah,
You're tasting it, literally drinking it and vaping at the same time.
I've seen those. I've seen those things come up a few times.
They're good. They're good. Again, we've said it all before. If this shit were available when you started vaping, you wouldn't be sat here vaping expensive gear right now. You'd be vaping a cheap piece of shit, throwing it in your pocket and not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
This is that box that I won. I've actually given a load of the shit away.
Did they actually post you that in a broken old Adidas box?
It was, yeah.
Was it me?
No, it wasn't you.
Could have
I would
been.
expect yours would at least have some nice trainers left in there.
Yeah, or a lace. I'll give you a lace.
That's not horrendous. It's called mango milk. You wouldn't think mango milk, but it's actually it's not horrendous. Every now and then I'm going to come in here quick, but it's like 20 milligram. So I've got some here that no, I haven't got them here. I took them all to work. I had some that were 50 fucking milligram. So not only was it full of disposables, it was actually full of illegal disposables.
50 milligram is good though.
No.
It's not good.
Oh, it is.
It's not good for somebody with a fucking heart like mine.
If you got hold of a 50 milligram, have a couple of puffs first thing. Do you remember when you smoked and you'd have that first fag and a cup of coffee in the morning, you'd get that nice little head spin?
For me, it was that first spliff.
We used to call that fotted. First fag of the day.
So wake and bake. I used to wake and bake every day.
Was it? Do you not feel ashamed of yourself now, though, when you used to wake up when the alarm went off and you wouldn't even get out of bed? You'd light a fag and smoke a fag in your bed before you got up. Like,
Yeah.
what the
I know. I used to get up and go and stand outside the back door.
No.
fuck that? No. Wake up, light a fag, smoke the fucking thing, then get up and think about a shower.
It was the thing that I used to do was I would, if I thought right, I better go sleep, I'd have a spliff, I'd skin up, I'd have a joint. I'd probably leave half of that because I'd make it really strong so it'd knock me out. There'd still be half of that left in the ashtray. So I'd undoubtedly wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning because I wasn't stoned anymore. I'd finish that spliff, then I'd go back to sleep. Then I'd wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Before I'd even open my eyes, the first thing I'd do is reach for my tray and skin up. Then I'd go make myself a coffee. Then I'd have a shit.
But therein lies the problem, right? Because people talk about vaping, right? You go take a shit in the morning, you vape. I did used to smoke a fag whilst taking a shit also. It's horrendous when you actually think what they used to do. You're like, what am I doing? I'm smoking a fag, I'm flicking it in the bath. It's like, what the fuck?
I used to go to the sink because my sink was just to the right.
Yeah, but you're flicking this shit everywhere, and then you throw the fucking tab end in the toilet, and it doesn't flush. It just sits there looking at you. It's like,
You can always danger flick between your legs into the toilet.
yeah,
It's
like
close.
what the
It's
fuck?
close.
Yeah, what am I doing? Why? Oh, grim. It is fucking grim.
It's fucking horrible, mate.
The reason I decided to stop, and Lindsay and I, when we bought the house, I can't remember if we used to smoke in bed when we bought the house. I think we probably did actually. We used to have an ashtray each at the side of the bed. Have a fag before you go to bed. And sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and think, need a fag.
Yeah.
Light a fag. But my problem with smoking, mine all ended up about routine.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 15 years teaching. I used to get up in the morning, have a fag. I never used to have a coffee or anything. I just used to leave straight for work. I'd get in the car, I'd hit the first set of traffic lights in Melton, light a fag. And then, as I'm heading through Syston, another set of traffic lights, light a fag. And traffic lights were kind of like my point to light up. I'd then get to work, I'd have a fag before I got out of the car. My car used to stink. Have a fag before I got out of the car, run into the college, university, wherever I was, run upstairs, make a coffee. If I've got a 9 o'clock lecture, make a coffee, run back downstairs and sit on the graveyard wall. Have at least 1, maybe 2, depending on what time it was. Race back upstairs, run into class, deliver a class, break time. You got it. Straight downstairs, fag, back upstairs, make a coffee, back downstairs, fag and coffee. And my whole day was about cramming as many cigarettes in because I only had a certain amount of time during the day to smoke. And it got to the point where I wasn't enjoying it.
It becomes a schedule, doesn't it?
It did.
It's fucking horrendous, right? I used to work in the field, so I've been an engineer and I've been a fucking sales rep. And you would literally, like you say, you'd light a fag knowing you've got 5 minutes before you got to your account call, whatever it was. And the thing is, when I was an engineer, it could be I was in there for 5 minutes or 3 hours. So even if I was in there for 5 minutes, I'd still come straight back out and light a fag. Yeah. After the 3 hour call, you think, yeah, that's fair enough, light a fag. But because you got the habit, I walk out and I light one. That's what you fucking did. That said, I'm a heavy vapor and I vape non-fucking stop.
Yeah, I do. You say about car stinking, Mark. Did you ever go through that point where you get a new car? You go, right, I'm not going to smoke in this car. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. First night to work, you go, fuck it.
Window really far open.
My car,
I'm banging out at window. It'll be okay. It won't smell. It's all right. My hand's out at window. It won't stink. Yeah.
But then you look down the side of your car and you've got that white spray of ash down the side of your car.
My mum and dad used to smoke in the car while I was in it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That was the dumb thing. I was always moaning, open the window with the t-shirt over my mouth. Open the window.
My sister-in-law, I think she was a baby, got covered in an ashtray in the car because father-in-law threw the ashtray out the car window, didn't realise the back window was open, it all went straight back in.
Yeah, but how many people have flicked a fucking fag out the window and it's gone straight back in?
Yeah,
get that. Oh, that was a mistake. You think back though, I mean, a lot of people these days won't even understand it, but when you used to smoke in pubs or restaurants or on buses and shit, it was fucking everywhere. You used to be in a nightclub and you couldn't see, you couldn't breathe, you couldn't fucking speak.
That was part of the atmosphere though. What bugged me, I was DJing at nights when the smoking ban came in, and I was used to being in my booth, being left alone.
And hidden.
And I used to smoke. Then all of a sudden the smoking ban came in, and I used to pre-mix. I've got a CD with piss break mix on it, right, that we used to use as a piss break mix, because it could take you 10-15 minutes to get to the toilet and back. That turned into my fag break mix. So there was 5-6 songs mixed back to back to run outstairs and run outside and have a fag. But again, it was all fucking routine.
Well, it was worse for me because I wasn't smoking as many cigs for the last 10 years probably, because I was constantly smoking joints. So a cig to me wasn't. I only smoked a cigarette if there was absolutely no way I could smoke a joint.
See, the worst thing with nightclubs when the smoking ban came in was the smell. Because before, the smell used to mask body odour.
And toilets.
But you went into a nightclub after the smoking ban and you'd be going, fucking stinks in here.
I have a thought. You know what? I don't. I thought I'd got packets of fags in here still.
You did a little while ago.
I ain't no more. I've got. I have a packet of Palace. You know what? I actually do like the smell of them.
If you were to squeeze that, I bet it'll fall out.
Look, there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got absolutely no intention of ever smoking that, have you? That's just
no.
Nothing could be further from my mind.
No.
I used to do the dual thing when I first started years ago, and it got to the fucking point where once you actually find something that works for you, I would light a cigarette, and it was the habit. Get out of the car, light a cigarette. I got to the point where I was buying these fucking things, a pack every other day or so, and I was having one drag when I got out of the car, throwing it on the floor, and then vaping. It was like, this hits harder. I can actually get a better fucking hit from this than the cigarette. But like you say, it's all habit. It's all nonsense. If you don't want to stop, you'll never fucking stop. And it doesn't matter what any fucker tells you. You can.
Do you know what the killer switch for me was? I haven't told many people this. It's because it's as a father, it's fucking horrendous. But I had absolutely no control over it. Well, I did. I was a massive stoner, and I was still smoking weed when Kira was born. We blame that on why they're both so different. Because Kira is really fucking laid back and mellow, and Karis is an absolute monster. I was sober when we had Karis. Anyway, I didn't used to smoke weed in the house when the baby was born. This is at the old house. I had a gazebo in the back garden, which by the end of it, it might as well have been an outhouse. It was done out with carpets, it had a TV in it, this gazebo. I had fucking lounger in there and shit. That's why I used to smoke weed. So anyway, I was getting stoned in the day, and I got a phone call off Joe saying, Kira's been rushed to hospital from nursery. Some kid has run up to her when she was a baby. She was like 1. And got this wooden train and smashed it in her head. She's gone all limp. So I've rushed her to the hospital. We're there now. And I was like, shit, I was absolutely fucking high as a kite, stoned out of my head. Right, fine, no worries. I'm on my way. Put the phone down, strolled to the tent, sat down and rolled the joint. I had absolutely no recollection of those 2 hours at all. I went actually because of that. I went to the doctors. They called it something called global amnesia, where if you're not completely compass mentis anyway, and a shock happens, your memory switches off, and it was like amnesia, and I don't remember it at all. I remember the minute where I realised, but it was about 2 hours later. Shit.
Do you remember Joe punching the fuck out of it?
No, I just rushed it straight to the hospital. She's like, where have you been? I just said, traffic. And
hospital was 2 miles down the road.
It was just, it wasn't the not caring. It didn't trigger a response at all. And that was it for me. Like, that's not right. That's not being stoned. You've taken it way too far. You're mentally ill. So that's when I stopped smoking weed, and it was just cut. End of. Apart from Amsterdam once, wasn't enjoyable.
No, I just got bored of it. One day
I never got bored of it. That was.
I just went. I'm fed up with being so chilled out all the time.
It wasn't chilled out though. It was a necessity. I couldn't function as a human without it. In my head. Well, then you get the cannabis psychosis side of it, which is very fucking real. Which is the snappiness, the bad-tempered, erratic. I mean, my road rage was horrific. Horrific.
Oh, I think I've just worked out what's wrong with my missus.
She's a massive.
Do you know what? Every single anybody who is a constant stoner that I know has been exactly the same way. I mean, it's all very well and good having a few joints at the weekend and enjoying yourself and chilling out. That's different. But when you vape it as a necessity, you smoke it as a necessity just to function, and it's all the time. That's when they start getting snappy and bad-tempered, and it's every single person I know has been like that.
Yeah, see, I was pretty much all the time. It was constant, and don't know. I just suddenly had this thing one day where I just went,
"It's not working."
It was about halfway through a joint, and I just went, "I'm fucking bored of this. Cocaine's far better."
Expense. All my money went on it. All my money went on it.
Yeah, it was. I just literally got to a point, and I went round my mate's house, and we all used to hang out there, have a beer, have a split. And we sat there, and someone went around me a joint, and I just went, "No, I'm all right."
Don't want it. When you're vaping half hours a week, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. There are ways to fund that, of course, which I
selling it.
Yeah.
That was years before, and it wasn't weird.
Buy that much, sell that much, mine's free.
Yeah, that's how I used to work. That's how I used to work with pills and whiz back in the day.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. the things you do when you're young.
Oh, mate, I lived it. I was a hacienda baby. I used to go there religiously every week.
Manchester, wasn't it? Hacienda?
Yeah.
Well, for us, it was Empire. Which
I've
was
heard
the
of
grottiest
it.
Empire in Bognor Regis. It was the grottiest little nightclub you could possibly come across. It was literally,
wasn't that
walls were
Empire.
painted in chalkboard black with UV symbols roughly painted all over them.
Yeah.
It was grim. It was really grim.
Still
if you
fucking
saw
great
it with the
nights,
lights
though.
on, you saw it with the lights on, you'd have gone,
Oh my god.
"What the fuck?" But when you're off your head on a Saturday night, it was brilliant.
Yeah, it's best nights ever. They were the
Top
best nights
DJs, the
ever.
lot.
Until the smoking ban came and it stunk.
Well, you smelled like a chimney in them days because everyone was on fucking speed. It was constantly, everyone was chaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweaty, pill-fueled bodies everywhere.
Yeah. Gross.
Not nice.
But Christ, that was a time. That was a fucking time to be alive.
They were the days.
They were the days.
Still, most of the old nightclubs I used to knock around in a long shut now.
Yeah. No, well, I mean,
the Empire Club changed to...
it still exists.
It changed to Ocean's 11. It renamed and they tarted it up and everything else, which was fine. And then after that one, after it closed down as Ocean's 11, it reopened as Club Inferno.
Well, there used to be an Empire in Morecambe. That's
The
what
ironic thing after it, it closed down a couple of years later, then actually burnt down.
we used to go to, I think we used to get, there's a big one in Bowlers in Manchester as well, which is a huge warehouse one that we used to go to. And we'd go to Bowlers or Golden or Hacienda or wherever. And then we came out of there at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then we'd drive to Morecambe and go to Empire in Morecambe because that was a 24-hour club. So we'd go and have it in there for a bit. And then after Morecambe had closed at 10 o'clock in the morning, then we'd go to either Sale Water Park or one of the service stations and there'd be a big fucking rave in the car park there. It was like a 2-day event every weekend. It's great. And drive. What? Jesus.
Yeah, we used to have a debate coming out of the local nightclub. Going, who's the most sober?
Yeah, well, no one was drinking. So, and it was all right to be off your tits on drugs and drive back then. Well, it wasn't. It
wasn't, but it was.
Yeah.
It was always a debate of whoever was most fit to drive drove home, whether you had a license or not.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're straightest. You drive.
I used to drive quite a lot. Bit of weekend.
I remember putting my mate's Ford Escort into the wall by Butlins.
You're aware this broadcast has just become the do not do any of this shit broadcast.
Yes,
It doesn't happen anymore. I mean, the club scene is still alive, you know. We because we do a warehouse project in Manchester, which is, it's essentially the same thing. It's a big sweaty fucking room that's dark and dingy and has club music all night, rave music all night, and it's still the same shit goes on. Although the difference now is when you come out and you have to clean up, you're cleaning up crushed up beer cans and disposables
instead of little bags with smiley
little
face.
baggies. Yeah.
You see, if I think
times
about
have
it
changed.
now,
Yes, Mike. Other recreations are available.
where did that come from?
YouTube.
Why are you seeing shit? Oh, you're in front of me.
Oh,
That's
there
just
you
popped up.
Yeah, same here. You know what? I think back to the days that I used to partake in little pieces of paper and said things, and I go back to weed back then, and we just used to chill you out. I don't think I could hack the shit that they smoke now. You know.
It's designed to fuck you now. Years ago, it was weak stuff. We used to get fucking resin and squidgy black.
Yeah.
There was none of this grass everywhere.
Black. Ugh.
Yeah, but the grass and shit weren't available. You couldn't fucking buy it. You
Get
were
your squidgy, roll it in a sausage and put it in the middle.
Yeah, you had that shit or resin. That was it. There's none of this fucking skunk shit. There's no proper fucking gear anywhere. And now, is anyone buying resin and fucking squidgy? I don't care or no.
Oh, resin and squidgy black.
I mean, we were getting some absolutely stonkingly strong stuff towards the end of my smoking career.
What,
And-
resin or bush? Or
No, skunk. And it was some of it was absolutely fucking put you on your ass strong.
Yeah.
But that was
Depends how it's grown.
that was beyond the point of being chilling out. It was, this is going to put you on your ass and you're going to sleep.
I had a grow room.
That was like a before bed one.
In the house I used to have with my ex-wife, I used to have one of these concrete sheds in the back garden. So I think they used to use them as coal bunkers or whatever. And I kitted that out into grow room. I had 10 plants. And that was the first time I'd tried bubble gum. It was cheesy bubble gum though. And I grew very successfully using, instead of using a carbon dioxide machine, I used to use dry ice. And I put a cup of it every night and it just used to sit. And the plants would just absorb it. And big, fat, sticky buds growing.
Oh, wow. Any more advice for wannabe gangster dealers out there?
That was a cheap way of doing it. But it was, I could smell it walking up my drive.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've got to stop. I can't get away with this. There's no way.
I used to do mine I used to live in quite a nice, well-to-do area down on the coast at one point with a posh house behind that could overlook. I used to do it in my conservatory in amongst tomato plants. Just hide them.
Yeah.
And I remember my nan coming round and looking in the conservatory going, and she was into her gardening. Tomato plants are doing well, Matt. Yeah, that's brilliant, man.
I had all lights on timers and certain light tubes that only gave out the green or whatever way around it was. I had it all done properly. It was enjoyable. I'd sit in there for hours preening them and clipping bits off and shit, talking to them.
You're just not getting away from this drug talk, anybody.
No, this is a whole new area for the show.
I think we're just trying to.
UK.
I think we're just trying to fill the last 5 minutes. That's all.
You've never lived unless you pulled a piece of plastic out of a piece of resin when you're trying to smoke it.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Try not to do that.
That was a plastic bag once.
It's not the best thing to do ever in your
That
world.
was it. Fuck, it's horrendous.
What?
We should all by rights be dead. I mean, these days, these motherfuckers know this is all bad news. We didn't know shit.
No, we didn't.
No,
What happened to the days of a good old 9-bar?
but we didn't have the internet and things back then, though, did we? It was, you went out.
Phone boxes, people. Phone boxes, not a mobile phone. You
No
have to
mobile
put pennies
phone.
in.
That was our office. That was our office where we used to hang about. If you wanted to find out who was playing out, you'd phone the phone box.
Or you had to go. You had to walk for half an hour to knock on your mate's door, see if the cunt were in, and if he wasn't, you were walking back.
I remember sending my first ever text message and thinking, that's never going to take on. He's not even going to get it.
Nah, fuck that. I had a pager. My old man bought me a pager. So
I never had a
where the
pager.
fuck I was.
Yeah.
He wanted to know where I was. My whole argument was, you're going to send me a message, but the only reason you'll know where I am is if I actually go to a phone box and tell you. What a pointless fucking exercise.
I still have my first phone somewhere in the loft in the box. It was a Sony Mars bar.
Yeah.
My first phone was a Motorola MR30,
Ooh.
like a brick with a pull-up aerial on it.
No, you were clearly more privileged than most of us because you were getting a phone when you were 3. That's nonsense.
I was 15 when I got my first mobile phone.
Get the fuck out, 15. You're how old now?
38.
I don't think I want that one.
I am not that much older than you, and I did not have no pulley out big fucking suitcase area.
I was 20s when I got my first one, but it's only because that's when they came out.
I had what was it, the 5110, the Nokia thing that was like indestructible? You had those and Sony Ericsson.
That's what my mates had, but I got my mum and dad's cast off.
You
Good.
see, I was.
Good.
What
Did
was
you win
I?
a Switch this week, though?
Possibly.
I think I was like 15, 16 when I got my first one, and it was before SIM cards. It was before SIM cards. They were analog, and it was an old NEC handset, and it used to cost me £17.50 a month, and I used to get 50 minutes into that on Cellnet.
Oh, yeah.
On Cellnet, and what am I now? 43 now, and I was 16. Let's say 16. So they haven't been out long.
No, not at all. To be boring, the amount of shit you can do on your phone now. I mean, who remembers GPRS porn?
No.
I was just about to say that earlier. Back in the days,
off.
it was phone boxes and paper porn. Kids don't know they were born.
You go into a bush in your local
Pages.
park, you'd find some ripped up nuddy mag. That's as porn.
Yes.
To
The Razmag in the bush. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sitting in this bush for a fag because there's a page there I haven't read yet.
That's why we all have such vivid imaginations.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
because you have
that's,
to find shit.
I'm sure
It
that's
wasn't
what we,
easy.
These kids today, they don't know they're born.
I know people really dig this shit, but I cannot get my head around sours.
no.
Sours, I like them.
Oh, I love them.
That's
Are you going
gonna
to pour a
say-
beer down the sink?
Yes,
You are
pour
not
it.
pouring a beer.
He is.
You've just dropped a whole nother level of fucking respect.
He is
Pouring a
actually
beer.
going to do it.
We used to make that stuff and I still couldn't drink it.
Sours?
Fucking
Oh, I
hell.
like it.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Oh, that's insane. You're pouring beer away.
He's going for
You're
a
not
bloody
living this
beer.
down.
It was fucking handy. Not even
No.
in class.
Any beer that turns your face inside out is wrong. It tastes
It's
off.
not, though.
That's like the third sour I've had, and it's had the same thing every time. Oh my god, how? Can
I'm
you
not
drink?
being fucking funny, but you'll eat a curry that'll burn your fucking mouth. You'll still go do it again.
No, that's fucking horrible.
The thing is, right, if you drink sour beer, it's usually off. So your brain is
It doesn't
programmed-
feel right to me.
No.
Did you give it more than one swig to actually?
I had about 4
No.
swigs of it. It's not for me. Mm. That's nice.
You've got to acquire it. As a young man, you don't go out to the pub or wherever the fuck you go and drink beer for the first time. You
No.
go, that tastes really good. You fucking practice
No,
until it
I know
tastes
what I
good.
like, and it's not that. Shut the fuck up.
I'll tell you what, my 1-year-old, I walked I walked out of the living room the other night and I'd left a beer on the table. Half a pint, whatever. This little bugger has fucking jumped up to the table, picked the glass up, and as I walk back in, she's swigging the fucking beer. I'm like,
My eldest did that. Can of Stella at 2 years old.
this bugger's just gone one. I'm like, do I be angry or proud? What? Where am I right
No,
now?
it's a girl, so angry. If it
To
was
be
a
fair,
boy,
I'd be angry because it was my beer.
Well, I was angry it was my
slap
beer,
him.
but
Get your own.
the thing is, she didn't spill it. She can only just about stand up and shuffle about. She picked it up from the table and then lowered herself down, still had it in 2 hands, just about to take a swig when I got back. I went, I'm kind of proud of you. You're not
Sat
spilling it.
down and let it fag.
Yeah, well, 5 fags at once. Yeah, she full on, not fucking around. Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say on that bombshell.
On Paul's alcoholic baby, we best fuck off.
Thank you very much for joining us. Been an absolute pleasure as always. Pokes, thank you very much, sir. Paul, a pleasure as always. Matt, no, he didn't even stay to say goodbye.
He's fucked off for a second.
I've just sprayed my kitchen in beer.
That's not a euphemism, is it?
Yes.
So I forgot how lively that beer is, and I've just took the top off and it went poof.
Absolute pleasure. I'm sure some of us will be hanging back if anyone wants to drop in. As soon as we've run credits, I will drop the link in chat. Pleasure as always. Hopefully, Dave and Chanandla will be back next week. In the meantime, adios, motherfuckers. That was a very quiet goodbye. Adios, motherfuckers. Bye.
Bye bye.